Live. Live.
Sun's coming up, it's a brand new day. Pour a cup, let the worries fade away. Two friends talking about life and all it's got. Pull up a chair, welcome to the Sunday Stew Party. Laugh a little, think a lot, every feeling in the pot. No wrong answers, no one's not. Family vibes at the Sunday Stew Bites. It's a Sunday Stew Bites.
Yes. Hey.
Hello.
Whoa. You didn't have to yell. Good morning.
Good morning, y'all.
Hey, episode 156 of the Sunday Stew Pot. We're going to be talking about some Marshalls. We're going to talk about Hulk Hogan, documentary on Netflix, and just shooting the breeze right now for that. Well, good morning, Corey. I'm Lou Marconi at lmarconi251 on Instagram, at lmarconi1973 on X. My friend, co-host, and hetero partners at Corey Castle everywhere. Before I forget, do not forget to click on the sponsor of the show, and I can make the comments. I'm going to be able to make a comment. I'm going to put it in the comments, but it's going to be in the description of the show, alldatbutter.com. Click on the link, order up some beard butter and other products as well. Stew, STEW 15 is the promo code for 15% off your order. Correct?
That's correct.
All right, Corey,
Yes.
how you doing today, man?
I'm swell, man. It's fun. It's funny to think about how we've been doing this show for 156 weeks now, and like we usually pre-record like days earlier in the week, and
Yeah.
then we schedule it to come out just inside baseball stuff. But we schedule it to come out on Sunday mornings, but we decided to try to be the genuine article and actually go live on Sunday mornings. So if we seem a little groggy, we seem a little tired, it's like Sunday mornings can be slept in most of the time, but not recently. Not recently. We're trying to be real.
I'm trying to leave a comment. I think, let's see if it lets me. I'm trying to leave a comment with the link, all that butter.
Yeah, heard that. Okay,
I could probably do it. You know what? I could do it on X. So let me go ahead and do it on X.
cool.
So yeah, let me just do that on X. Yeah, here we are. Here we are. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Of course, Rumble's not working live, so I'll post it. I'll post the show on Rumble. So yeah, let's kind of go right into it. You're caught up on Marshalls, is that right?
I am, yeah, all the
Yeah.
way.
You know what I'm thinking? They're gonna. Did you catch the line at the very end of the show? What she said to Casey, the character that I can't remember her name. They rescued her from the militia group.
No, I no.
She's a city girl. She doesn't like being there playing the country music. And,
Oh, the
you know,
girl. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and she said, "Yeah, go ahead."
The New York City girl, that Andrea or whatever.
Yeah, is that her name? Andrea on the show? Is that the character's name?
think so.
It
Yeah.
starts with an A. I'm trying to remember.
Right.
And she said that she didn't mind. She might not like being here, but it's a lot better that he's there, or something like that. She kind of just showed an interest in him. I think they're leading up to that. What do you think?
Didn't they just kill her off? Or no, they kidnapped her.
They kidnapped her. They just rescued her.
Okay.
She was kidnapped by them. Then there was a 2-part episode, or two.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? I didn't catch the second part. I'm still on the cliffhanger.
Oh, never mind. I just ruined it for you.
It's okay. It's fully okay.
Spoiler
I
alert, Corey. Spoiler
do
alert.
not mind. I do not mind a spoiler.
Yeah, yeah. And also, too, if you didn't watch the Hulk Hogan doc, tough. We're going to talk about it. But yeah, since just kind of briefly went over that. Also, tonight, wishing the best of luck to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Game 7 in Cleveland against the Toronto Raptors. The winner goes on, I believe. Let me take a look because I've been kind of following the NBA playoffs. You probably don't. The winner chicken dinner. Let me just look here. I will tell you in a moment. I believe they take on the Celtics if they win, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Well, the 76ers and Knicks is tomorrow. Hang on. That's probably to be determined. I believe it would be the Celtics because I'm on the NBA and I'm trying to look at the bracket. Okay, let me look at the bracket. Oh, the winner of this takes on the winner of Detroit and Orlando playing Game 7 at 2:30 today, and the Cavaliers Raptors are playing 7.
Your sound just got real muffly.
Is this better?
It's the same. I don't know how that happened.
No, I didn't do anything. I didn't touch anything. Is that maybe
It's better now. Yeah.
It's better now? Okay. Well, it was so really where we're at, so the winner of each series faces each other from today. So the winner of the Detroit Orlando game plays the winner of the Toronto Cleveland game. So wish them best of luck to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They almost pulled it off. They almost eliminated them Friday night, but it was a overtime game, and Toronto hit a massive 3-point shot to take the lead. So at the end of the game, but anyway, it is what it is. So here we are, and the Cavs are.
The Philadelphia Flyers are in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and they've already eliminated the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now they had game one of the new series against the Carolina Hurricanes yesterday, and they lost game one. So the game two is tomorrow. It'll be happening during my Monday night comedy night.
Speaking of which, because there's a big fight coming up, and it's Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, right?
Right.
With comedy, you said you did a bit about a UFC or an MMA bit.
Oh yeah, I talked about I did this on stage, and it was fun because it got a reaction, and then right after it happened, I was like, should I continue to do that bit? And they were like, no, stop, don't
They're
do that
fighting May
anymore.
16th. I thought it was the 9th, but it's the 16th. So
Okay.
So we'll talk about it the 17th when we go live on May 17th. But go ahead.
All right. Well, I'll be more knowledgeable about it at that point.
Yeah, it's on. Netflix. It's on Netflix. Go ahead.
I said about how people always go, "Are you a fan of UFC? You should be a fan of MMA. You like MMA?" And I'm like, I like the entertaining stuff, but I can't get past how bad it probably stinks in there because of everybody in their bare feet. And I said, to me, UFC stands for your feet, Christ.
What does MMA stand for? Will we get kicked off of TikTok? No,
Maybe a-holes.
maybe a-holes. Let's pencil that in. Your feet, Christ. UFC means your feet, Christ. You want to do that? Just kind of.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm writing it down. You are feet, Christ. Okay, writing it down. Episode 156. That'll be a fun thumbnail. That'll be fun. We'll stick with that for now until something else comes up. But yeah, so I told you we're about getting ready to do the show this morning. You know, we're waking up and everything. Wife's making pancakes for the daughters, and I'm just hanging out. And you brought it up, and I'm like,
Save it.
save it for the show. Save it for the show. I mean, I said if it's a good comedy bit, save it for the show.
Almost every conversation we have, you're always like, save it. Stop.
Save it for the
Save
show.
it.
No, I prefer it to be organic. I prefer to let's just have good conversations. And people like our show because of that. They tell me. At least that's what they tell me. So I don't know.
So you're saying I shouldn't call you at midnight and tell you a joke I thought of.
Hey, I was like, what? I answered my phone. I'm like, what? I was like, are you okay? Is there an accident? Something happened? What's going on? You know, I work, God damn it. What? It's like,
Well, you know, not everybody in the world has crazy hours like me, so I guess I gotta keep telling myself that.
oh, it's okay. It's okay. Um, so, so, yeah. So, okay. The Dutton Ranch show, we could even talk about, yeah, because the Dutton Ranch
I mean,
starts
that
on
comes out on the 16th, right?
the 15th.
The 15th.
It's
Okay.
a Friday. There, yeah. The only thing about Marshalls that I said was I loved it when I could watch Landman or Tulsa King because it's Sunday. Because Sundays are easy. I mean, I'm not working. I could pretty much have most of my day free, so I could watch this stuff on a Sunday, and the other ones like Marshalls is Mondays, which is kind of difficult, but I make it work, and then the Fridays. Well, maybe I could. Saturdays I could do it. I could. So. But hey, we got some wrestling stuff to talk about. Well, I don't. You know what? Something about Hulk Hogan and his documentary. He transcended more than just pro wrestling
He was pop culture for sure. As
in
like
the '80s for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
he was a pop culture icon. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, let's dive into it now. I mean, here we are.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it, and it kind of brought me back. But I got some. I never met him. I never worked with him because when I was at WWF, he was at WCW. So, it's a shame. It's one of the regrets. I never worked with Piper or those guys. These are guys I grew up watching. Or, well, I worked with Sheik and I worked with Tito Santana. But it was something that just kind of reminds me I'm getting old. You know what I mean? But
It's funny because like Hogue and you've heard Jim Cornette say this so many times. Like your life alone is already so fascinating, and then you make up these lies about your life, like to make it seem more fascinating than it is. But the true story alone is good enough. Like is definitely like there's nobody else who has your journey in life, and just the making stuff up that Hogan just loved to do was something I'm inspired by. I'm gonna start just telling people, yeah, Hulk Hogan put me over. Hulk Hogan.
I went over Hogan at the Toronto Sky Dome WrestleMania 6. That was me.
He was a guest on my podcast. It was good. He cried. It was nice.
Let me tell you something, brother. Did you learn anything new about him that you didn't know before?
I feel like this is a lot with any like wrestling documentaries that come out. If you've been a wrestling fan for any amount of time, you've probably already heard all of this stuff. But like watching it with Alyssa, and she doesn't know any of this stuff. I was like, "Oh, this is so cool! You're gonna be able to see the starting of the NWO. You're gonna be able to get to see the starting of the beginning of Hogan's heel turn, and how really that was news for, let's say, what that was in '96, right? Was that when Hogan joined the NWO?
That was '96 when he turned heel. Yeah, I remember watching that pay-per-view. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I was in sixth grade. You know what I mean? That's the time. That's the time for us to have that conversation. For us to be like, can you believe Hulk Hogan? Hulk Hogan as a bad guy? What's that gonna be like? Like he's never done anything like that. And then he grew all the the stubble, and he started dyeing it black.
Yeah.
Like it had this edge to him now.
Yeah. He turned. Well, he needed a rebranding big time at that point. I learned something I didn't know about him was that he had an older brother. I never knew that.
Oh yeah. I didn't know that.
he had an older brother that's 8 years older. He wasn't. He was an unplanned pregnancy, or like he was unplanned when he was born, and his dad like favored the brother over him. He said that, which kind of I couldn't help but relate because I had a brother that was 4 years older than me, and I kind of felt the same way growing up because. Well, I kind of just little side. My dad was drafted after my parents were married and my mom was pregnant with my brother, and he was in boot camp when my brother was born, and he came home for a couple hours to spend some little bit of time with him, and then had to go back, and he didn't see him again for like almost 2 years.
Wow.
So I think once I learned that as I got older, I kind of figured, okay, that made me understand the dynamic of that relationship a little bit better once I grew up and had my own kids. And I didn't know that until I was in my 40s. And I always thought, why do you favor him more? Well, and my brother was the athlete of the family. He had the same, he was junior, my father was senior. It was just, it was just kind of like it, but I wasn't planned. And to kind of explain the story real quick, just my mom told me this, that they were planning on having another kid. My mom had an IUD. Then she went to get it removed, and they told her, guess what? You're already pregnant. And it was me. So that was in 72. So back then it was different. And then my sister, once my sister was born and they had a girl, they stopped having kids. So that was it. And I was joked with my sister, said, you're the reason why they stopped having kids. So, it's a good fun now. My sister and I have a great relationship, but it's just, it was just kind of funny. And my dad laughed when I said that too. So, all right. But yeah, but the thing about his brother was that he was a big dude too. I mean, they were both like really big guys. And, the brother, like, I guess, hit him up for money, and he's supposed to take him with him. He felt this regret because he lent him the money. The brother went out and bought drugs and ended up ODing, I think it was. I think it was in the 80s. So
What a moment on the documentary, though, when Hogan was like, all right, can we stop? Can you just stop? Like, he was like, yeah, you're digging too far. Stop doing that.
Well, and wasn't that, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that like the last interview he did before he died last year?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And he was like 71, I think it was. If 70, yeah, he was okay. And well, the thing about it was that when his brother passed, that got him off of drugs because he was living hard. They were living hard and fast, and. Yeah.
They were cook days.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what what else fascinated me was like before WrestleMania, he wasn't making a lot of money,
Right.
and after WrestleMania, his everything just took off for everybody in that company.
Right. The it's funny the way they like push the idea of how important the say your prayers, take your vitamins thing was, and they were like, that's what he really was like. He really thought that. Like that was cool to see. It wasn't like I was learning anything, but it was just cool to see that. Train, eat your vitamins, and say your prayer. Like that was. It's just really. It was. I dug it the whole time I was watching that documentary. I had a big stupid smile on my face, and I got chills a ton of times. It was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I have a story that I don't know if I told this on the show or not. If I am, I'm repeating myself. I used to go to the house shows all the time in Ohio, outside of Cleveland. It was where Richfield Coliseum. It was where the first Survivor Series was, and they've had another Survivor Series too. I think in the early '90s when Bret Hart defended the title against Shawn Michaels. But that Survivor, but there was a house show, and I was with my uncle would take me and my friends, and we go, and I was 13. It was, so I'm gonna say I was maybe about to turn 13, because it was May of '86, and he was defending his championship against Big John Studd, and just the energy when he was out there and the crowd reaction. And just so I pointed this out, I noticed something from where I was sitting. Concession stand workers left their workstation to come out and watch Hogan wrestle.
Right.
And that not much star power, that kind of star power.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it was. And
Like when you go to a concert and there's security guards at the front, they're facing the people and not the stage. But if Hulk Hogan was out there, they'd be facing the stage and not the people.
yeah,
Like it's usually your job to undersell how important the star quality of the act is when it's your job. But those people were drawn to the superstardom of Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting when I think even the other podcasts I've heard from like Bad News Allen, Warlord, when you're in the ring and you're working with this guy, it's just like unbelievable.
I've talked to Warlord about that. The way the crowd reacts when he's out there and
Yeah.
when you're out there with him. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Lawler put it in his book that he was a big guy that could sell, and the people got behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was. And when he hulked up, he was a big guy that had enough. And they're like, all right, this is it. Because I was at that same Richfield Coliseum. My uncle took me. We watched the closed circuit screening of WrestleMania 2. And that was him and Bundy in a cage. And I'll never forget, like, because they did that whole angle that Bundy almost crushed his ribs and all this other stuff was going on. And he this might be as if he's going to really put himself at risk trying to get in the ring with him and all this. And then Bundy did the avalanche on him, and Hogan was in the corner. And after that avalanche, he had that face. As soon as he did that, everybody like erupted. Like they knew, okay, you're getting your ass whooped, Bundy. This is what's going to happen. And it was great. And they reacted. And he was so over. It was you can't explain it. I mean, it's just like but everything has its shelf life, and eventually it ran cold. The other thing too,
That's why every once in a while you just got to believe in your shelf.
in your shelf. All right.
I just wanted to go back to thinking about when you were talking about the cage with Bundy, and
Yeah.
I've heard Kevin Nash talk about those cages, and he said it felt like they just like welded together baseball bats. And
Yeah, that was a rough cage.
yeah, have you worked? How many cage matches have you worked?
3 or 4.
Right. Yeah,
But they were NWA cage matches. They were the fence. It was like a chain link fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did maybe three cage matches, and running the ropes is hard. Like the whole everything changes about the work. I can't imagine having that stiff fence or that stiff cage.
Yeah. Do you remember when he did the superplex or the boss? Was it the boss? Did he the boss man off the top
Yeah.
of the cage on Saturday night's main event? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah. Oh. What'd you think of Bret Hart in there?
He cracks me up. I love how like unapologetically bitter he is. And it was kind of like he's not wrong. He's for sure not wrong.
Okay.
But I don't know. I love Bret Hart. I'm a huge
So
Bret
do I.
Hart.
So do I. But there's something I want to say about it. Brett needs to shut the fuck up. And I'm going to say this, okay? Do you remember in making a spectacle when Bret Hart was the world champion defending against Yokozuna?
Yeah.
Did they struggle to sell tickets? Okay. As world champion, Bret Hart was an excellent, one of the best wrestlers out there. Technically speaking, awesome, but he didn't draw money like Hulk Hogan. He did.
You can't be world champion if you can't
Draw
if you
money.
can't put
Your job is
people-
to draw
you
money.
can't attract audiences' butts in the seats.
Right. And when they did that title change at that WrestleMania, that was Vince McMahon's decision. It wasn't Hogan.
Right.
It wasn't. And the executives that were sponsoring the Caesar's Palace people, all the people in Vegas wanted Hogan on that show. They wanted Hogan on the show. So he felt he got stabbed in the back. It's like, Bret, you didn't draw, man. I love you. I mean, seriously, you're one of my heroes. You're one of my heroes, but you didn't draw money. You didn't.
I know, but if you were him and you're
Right.
like you just try to think of like there's no way he has the ability to zoom out and be self-aware of
Right.
what the actual situation was.
The other thing was the Montreal screw job. It should have never have happened because he should have just said, "Hey, I'm willing to do bit. You're leaving the company. You're going. You're getting more money somewhere else, which is fine. You're free to do that. But do the right thing. Do good by the company you're leaving that made you world champion and did all this for you. Drop the fucking belt.
Right.
You could have dropped it anywhere else, anytime before that, and you could have picked who you wanted. They would have gave him creative control. They said, okay, what Vince should have done before he even freed him up to negotiate, said, look, I'm going to free you up to negotiate with WCW, but I can't have you do that as my world champion. Where do you want to drop it? When do you want to drop it? Who do you want to drop it to? Let's talk. And if that could have been worked out way before it got to that point. But it actually, in a weird way, it turned Vince McMahon heel.
Right. Yeah. It was ultimately like you can't imagine a situation if like think about like parallel universes where Hogan didn't take the belt from Yoko and the Montreal Screwjob never happened because Bret put somebody over before he left the WCW. Like you wouldn't be talking about him still.
No, and it ultimately made Vince McMahon the villain, which Vince was surprised because we got to understand the fans don't understand business. They just see who's got the belt and who's the world champ. I mean, that's a fan's perspective. So, but to me, that's what I was thinking when watching. It's like, Bret, come on, you didn't draw. I mean, it's just simple. I mean, it's simple. And that's all it was. And the thing was, I never drew at the level that Bret Hart did. Bret Hart didn't draw at the level that Hogan did. So, but anyway, going back to the doc, the stuff with Linda, with his first wife, wow, he basically paid her to go away, is what he did.
It's really funny because both of them were talking about each other in a like a romantic way, and like neither one of them were like full of hatred for each other, and were like he said his favorite time in his life was when he was good with her, when they were happy, and
Right.
it was interesting to see for sure.
Well, I'm thinking, the Hogan Knows Best documentary.
The VH1 reality TV
Yeah,
show.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's right. The VH1 reality TV show. When you did a reality show, and they kind of described how that you put it under a microscope and you have everybody seeing it.
Right.
It's not good. It's not good because families deal with issues. Families deal with problems. It's normal. It happens, and they couldn't really process them and deal with them like a normal family would. Instead, it got worse.
Right.
So whatever little problems they were having before got a lot bigger when that happened, and it pretty much destroyed their marriage. So that's what I think happened there. And he shouldn't have done. I wouldn't have done it. I will never do that. I will never have a reality show crew
We
follow
won't
my
have a
family.
reality show.
No. I keep my private life private, and I keep my public life part public. I mean, I talk about it, but I don't really bring it out there. My wife doesn't want anything to do with podcasting. She just lets me do my thing, and she understands it. That's just the way she is, and that's fine. So she doesn't want to do a podcast or anything like that, and she doesn't even want to come on. So that's it. That's it.
I think a reality TV show about Alyssa and I would probably hit. Like people would probably really enjoy that.
Maybe
We met because
Of
she was a guest on a reality show. She was a participant on a reality show, and I met her through like somebody was like, "Hey, my friend was just a guest on this reality show on Netflix. You want to put her on your podcast?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely, let's do it." So it's something that I think would probably be okay. Like I don't think I think we have the ability to zoom out, and we have the ability to kind of like regulate. We can understand what's what.
yeah, that was. I think if you guys can make it work, knock yourselves out. I mean, seriously, I can't. The last thing I wanted to explain this about people too, about how the wrestling business was. And what I mean is that the guaranteed money was not there until the mid '90s.
And even if like you have to like there has to be, and I hate sounding bitter about it. I'm not bitter because I don't think the wrestling business owes me anything.
No.
The wrestling business has turned me into everybody. Like everything that I am, everything about me is because I joined the wrestling business when I was young, and I'm still a part of it. But
Well, right.
guaranteed money, a lot of times that's like if you're related to somebody, or like you like
Right.
have the right friends, you could be connected in the right way, like right place, right time is a huge part of what makes you money in wrestling.
Right.
Right person, right place, right time. That was like, did you ever see the Hogan promo where he kept flubbing that line? He's like, "You thought I was just the right guy in the right place at the right time," and he kept going, "The right gay," and they had to keep on redoing it. "You thought I was the right gay."
Yes, that was funny. No, back to it, because Hulk Hogan in the wrestling business at that time was the top guy, getting a percentage of the gate. Being the champion, the top guy, you're the guy drawing, you're making the most money. Right. So when it came to keeping his spot, he politicked for it. But he didn't have to, because he was drawing. But he would keep his spot. Anybody else in that position would have done the exact same thing the way the business was then.
Right.
And for people to judge him on that are completely wrong. I wanted to make that point, because you don't understand the business. That's it.
It's impossible to understand the business because it's ever changing.
That's
Not
true.
only is the wrestling business and the pay scale ever changing, but the world and the value of a dollar is ever changing, and it's all going to be something different tomorrow than it was today.
Yeah. I think too, he had a lot of friends. I mean, there was lots of things that he talked about, and that they talked about with him, about like when he first started out, he wasn't that good, but he eventually got better, and he got work, and he got better with experience. He got better, but he could work.
Right.
People saying he could. If you watch his stuff from Japan, he could work. So it's just a shame that.
And it's also, I mean, one more time, very inside. Like,
Yeah.
no one will understand this, but like, if you go and you go in a wrestling match, throw like 95 punches at somebody, and they don't have a second to sell it right, why not just throw one punch? and have that person sell and make it look good.
Make
Like,
it mean something.
make everything you do look good and mean something. That's I think that was what like everybody was telling like Big Show didn't have to do moonsaults.
No, Andre
Right.
didn't have to do moonsaults. Flair didn't
Right.
have to do it. No.
Right. It's like it's an economy of motion. That stuff was a little heartbreaking to say. Like when he started realizing that he could have just done like a sleeper hold because his arms were so big, but instead he was doing that leg drop and it was compressing his spine.
And
Like that
over
was
and over again, and doing
Yeah.
that move over and over again. Yeah, well, hindsight's always 2020. Yeah, that's true. I remember like when Tito Santana said, "Why take 10 bumps when you can take 2 bumps and make them mean more?"
right. Yeah.
It's just something. It's like, you
That
know what,
that's
you're
it.
right.
That comes with maturity. That comes with experience.
Yeah.
Experience is the best teacher, and you always want to wow people. And
Right.
and it has uh, what the wording I've heard used was it became GIF culture in pro wrestling. Like what can become a cool GIF, instead of
or a
what can be
clip.
a good match that can draw a crowd.
Or to get people to buy into what you're doing. It's like a
Right.
clip. You show a clip of a cool spot. Ooh, that's kind of the culture we're in now. So
Right. It's all about the content, about the social media content, and not the
Yeah.
actual context of it.
all right. Well, it's true. But I mean, the Hulk Hogan doc was it was great. Brought me back to my childhood quite a bit. And it's sad. I mean, we're going to miss you, Hulk. I mean, he what he contributed to the business and what he did. There's people that might be bitter about him, but you know what? He was what he was. And yeah. Well, anyway, if you want to start doing some jokes, we can
Well,
do that.
I kind of want to. I just kind of want to piggyback off what you were saying.
Sure.
What would anyone do if they were him in that moment? What would you do if you want to sit and judge Hulk Hogan? Would you have any idea what it would be like to be Hulk Hogan? Like you have no idea. There's no part of you that ever dreamed that success like that would exist for you.
Right.
So, like what you do with it and how you handle it, I think, like, just have some empathy for the
Oh
most
yeah.
part.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just like understand, like you're within a few years you're like a household name and on magazine covers and television shows, and you're making money hand over fist, and everybody wants your autograph and picture with you, and it's pretty cool. But when he yeah when he I say when he just does him, and he's just him, and he's at home. I mean, you need that privacy, you need that solace. So yeah, everybody would handle it differently. Some people can handle it, some people don't. Yeah.
The stuff with Nick and the weightlifting, that was cool. I
Yeah.
liked all that. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and he as he got older, he was limited because of the abuse his body took. So
I would all the way recommend that docuseries to anybody. If anybody's watching this who haven't seen that docuseries, please go check it out. I think you'll enjoy it.
yeah. So if you want, I got some.
Go for some jokes, bro.
Go for some jokes. You can go first. I did like I was making notes to clip stuff while we were going, because that actually worked out pretty good last week. So I missed the time when we did came up with the name of the episode, but I can go back and find that. That's fine. But that's it. It was early. It was early. I can do that. Don't worry about it.
Very early.
But yeah, if you wanna go ahead, we can do one each. I mean, we don't have to. We're good.
People these days complain a lot. People complain a lot about participation trophies and awards and softening the next generation by doing that. I'd like to live in a country where there are no winners and there are no losers. You know what that country is?
What?
Thailand.
Wow. Yes, it is. Everything's a tie. It's a tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I told you. I'm getting back into it. Doing the whole fit. Pretty much, we made the joke. Beef Stew's getting his groove back. And I started working with a coach. My wife's working with him too. And I was in March. I was a little bit over 270. Now I'm down to 252 in early May. So and I could see the difference in the striations and the definition coming back. And it's just interesting because I have to be careful because I'm eating a lot more protein and I'm wearing earbuds. Yeah, because you wear earbuds and the music's on loud, you have no idea how loud you just farted. But when people stop and look, you're like, oh, sorry. You don't know what to do.
It is such a struggle to think about, but like when you're in long road trips with a bunch of proteined up pro wrestlers, the amount of farting that goes on
Disgusting.
doesn't get talked about enough.
No, it's
Pro
disgusting.
wrestling road trips and farts don't get mentioned enough.
No, we could, yes.
Like, oh, what's your best road story? Farting.
Farting. And
There's lots of that.
I always use this joke whenever somebody farts, and I'm like, do you hear what that asshole just said?
Well, yeah. I mean, did you ever see House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah, a long time ago.
The one character was wearing a T-shirt that said, "If I wanted to hear from an asshole, I'd fart," and I think about that all the time.
He's talking shit again, right?
That's the name of the episode: Mixed Martial Farts.
Mixed martial farts. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Mixed martial farts. I'm gonna make it into a reel. I'm gonna do it. Okay, mixed martial farts. Yes, you gotta have a guy in a hole.
Because we talked about marshals. We talked about marshals. We talked about Hulk Hogan. It was a mix of things and farts.
All right, I'm making the note. Go ahead, man. We could take it home on that. Mixed martial farts.
Everybody, if you're watching and this is your first time checking this out,
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Go ahead.
thanks for that valuable tag. Just make sure to hit the like, comment, subscribe, follow us, and hit that notification bell so that you're notified every time we got new stuff going out. And be good to yourselves.
Have a great Sunday, guys. We'll see you on Mother's
Thanks for
Day.
coming out.
We'll be
Shows
live
up.
on Mother's Day. Well, you got to play the theme.
I was in the groove.
I'm getting my
The sun's coming up, it's a brand new day. Pour a cup, let the worries fade away. Two friends talking about life and all it's got. Pull up a chair, welcome to the Sunday Stew Party. Laugh a little, think a lot, it's free feeling in the pot. No wrong answers, no one's not. Family vibes at the Sunday Stew Bites. It's a Sunday Stew Bites.
Corey, what does that mean?
That I can say the line now.
Show's over?
Show's over.